I don't know. I may have made a deal with the devil today. I'm not sure. So, one, I'm home because Michelle is still sick today, and she's got the statewide AZ merit testing tomorrow, so felt that it was better to let her rest and be medicated today, and hopefully she'll be a lot better tomorrow. So I'm home looking after her. And while I was home looking after her, I went ahead and tried to find a plumber or a rooter guy specifically to come out and take a look at this drain. And I found one on Yelp that seemed to have very reasonable prices, and he, you know, they do the online ask for a quote, and it's like he'll respond within an hour. It's like a $59 flat rate. So I went ahead and I did the thing through Yelp, and he did respond very quickly and said he could come out this morning between 9 and 10. And let's see, it's 9:15 now, and he's done. He actually got here early. He called though to make sure it was okay to be early, and he cut, you know, he said, oh, you know, it's the quote's $59. If I do this job right, $59 and a good review on Yelp. And I agreed to that. And I said, well, if you put that great big snake down this drain and clean this out right away, you will get your review and your $59. And if you spend all day working on the thing because it's a royal pain, we'll renegotiate that price, because that's just not fair. Anyway, it was as simple as getting the electric power snake out and running it through and cleaning it out. So that was great. The guy was nice. He warrants it for 30 days, so if we have any problems, he'll come back out and fix it in the next 30. And I'm all very happy with that. And you know, he'll get his review because he did what he said, and he had quite a few 4-star reviews, I wonder, or 5-star, whatever it is, on Yelp, and that may be that deal. I don't know, but I'm fine with that. Why do I say did I make a deal with the devil? Because when he drove off, it's Donald Trump all over his truck. Well, he did a good job. I'm not going to hold his political views against him. But the weather's so nice. When we decided to go eat, Michelle wanted to stay home because she's still not feeling well. James wanted to stay home because he's in trouble and he knows he'd just get looks. So we've come to a Greek restaurant where we are eating outside because it is so nice today. And it is very nice. Michelle is still sick, but we're gonna see if she can, heck, she's 13 years old, coming on 14. She ought to be able to take care of herself during the course of the day. So I'm going into work late, having gotten her fed and settled. But hopefully that'll work out. She's responsible. I'm out checking this tree here, which is kind of a big tree, to see if the cat is still in it. Apparently there was a cat in the yard this morning. And when we let Taz out, he went crazy, chasing the cat and ran it up the tree. And then he spent the next hour just here at the base of the tree barking at it and not doing his doggy business. So I wanted to make sure that the cat got out of the tree because I'm afraid Taz would die of a bladder infection or exploding bladder if we didn't get this cat out of here, because he's obviously never going to go to the bathroom again as long as there's a cat to be barking at. But it appears to be gone. It is a very nice day for a walk at lunchtime. I'm the only one in the office today in the computer room, so I'm sticking close to the office, and I'm just walking down to the Greek place couple blocks from the office. It's quite good. It seems Michelle has an overdue book, and the library has decided that they're going to punish her in some punitive way if we don't get this straightened out. Well, of course, I step outside to show you just how incredibly windy it is, and it stops being incredibly windy. That's just the way it goes. When you're inside the house, I mean, it sounds like it's raising the roof in places. It's really annoying me that it's not demonstrating how windy it was like 1 minute before I grabbed the camera. Okay, I guess I could go in. Think it'll get windy. Alright, we're going slowly in. Plenty of chance, plenty of time now for you to kick in. Now. Yeah, figures. It does sometimes make you question the definition of the word gourmet. So I've been sitting here contemplating buying a Drobo. For those not in the know, a Drobo is a smart drive array device. So it's an enclosure, it holds several hard drives, and it has certain software properties that allow it to protect the data in the drive array, because it's not uncommon for a hard drive to fail. In fact, they fail all the time, which is why you need backups, right? So I'm relatively good about backups, and I have a lot of data. So for example, I've got, let's say 5 of these. I do have 5 of these. This is a 3 terabyte external USB 3.0 drive enclosure, and it is tape video archive backup. So I have video archives and archives of videotape I've taken over the year. That's on this drive. And actually, this is the backup of that drive. So over here is an identical one called the tape video archive, and this is a clone of that. So I store the data there, then I clone it onto here, because if that dies, that's it. So 2 copies, right? Backups. And of course, I've got so much data that it doesn't fit on my computer, and it has to be put on external drives. So I've got a tape video archive, which is, like I say, old 8mm tapes and old mini DV tapes all transferred into digital form on there. Then I have another drive that's video, which I use for video, modern video captures that come straight off the camera or my phone in MP4 format. Plus also working space for doing some video editing and whatnot. So I have another drive like that. That's also another 3 terabyte, and it's got its backup. And then I've got a little bit less of a logical arrangement. I've got a photo drives, one of which is not suitable for our purposes here, but it's got photographs on it, and then I've got another one of that copies all the photographs off of it. And I figure all told, so that is a total of 5 terabytes of data. However, the video archives are 3 terabyte drives, so there's 2 3 terabyte drives. So it's using 6 terabytes for 3 terabytes worth of space. And then the other 2 3 terabytes drives are doing the same thing. So at most, that's 6 terabytes of storage over 12 terabytes of actual physical space. And the same is true of the photos. That would just add another 2 terabytes to this equation. So you have 14 terabytes, but I have 5 terabytes spread out over them in redundant configurations. the video drive is full. 3 terabytes full. Backup is, of course, full. I'm either going to have to go down and buy more drives and replace those 2. But that, at Costco, that's going to cost me just around $300 to buy 2 new drives, and they'll be 5 terabyte drives. So I would get 5 terabytes of storage. So I would be increasing it by 2 terabytes by copying that data off. Are we still clear here? Okay. Now, the Drobo, it takes the one I'm looking at, the 5D, is a high-speed Thunderbolt enclosure that can handle, I think total of 64 terabytes if you ever get around to it. But you put 5 drives in it. It uses intelligent controller arrangements to keep track of the data, so that if you lose a drive, the data is still reconstructible and accessible, which is the whole point of a RAID array. But it's more than that. It's got a number of tools for allocating the space and deallocating the space and hot swapping out the drives. You can, if you had all 3 terabyte drives, you could pop one of them out and put a 4 terabyte drive or a 5 terabyte drive in, and it would just take care of that and add it to the pool and increase your total storage space. So it's what I figured. The problem is its full price is $700, which is, quite a bit more than the $300, and that comes with no drives. So it's kind of pricey, but there are some, I can get it for around $500, $600, somewhere in there, maybe 600. And I think, I'm almost positive, I'm like almost 100% positive, that I can take all of these drives and pop these enclosures. I won't have to break them, but pop these enclosures and use these drives in the Drobo, which would mean I would have 4 3 terabytes, because it takes 5, 4 3 terabyte drives and a 2 terabyte drive, which would still be 14 terabytes. Now, with the redundancy and everything, that would be a functional storage of 10 terabytes. I'm using 5 currently, and I need more, but I would have 10. And then in the future, the next time I needed more space, I would only have to replace 1 drive, and it would bring my storage capacity up, and it would be battery backed up, and it would be RAID redundancy, and the whole assembly would be Thunderbolt or USB 3, high-speed connectivity to the computer. It's a little bit more, twice as much, so a little bit more. It's twice as expensive. It solves my immediate problem, and it sets me up for a lot better situation in the future. It seems like a no-brainer, except that it's $300 more. So I'm kind of, and there's just the slightest risk that, this drive doesn't turn out to be an SATA 2 or 3 drive internally, but that's hard to believe, because it's a USB 3 interface, and SATA drives are the cheapest. It's definitely 3.5 inch, so it's almost certain, but not 100% certain. But really, once you pop this case, this isn't going to survive, I don't think. So I want to be very careful about that. And the nice thing is, because I've got the drives duplicated, I can pop the backup out, put it in the Drobo, copy the data from the original onto the Drobo. Then I can pop that one out of its case, put it in the Drobo, and follow that procedure and fill the thing up with drives slowly, and hopefully not have any disruption or data loss or even any exposure, because I'll have made sure that I always keep one backup live before I put the other in the Drobo. It seems like the only way to go. Anyway, I'm just going to sign off here for the day. That was going to make this one a long Tedium Unlimited. So here you go. Like, comment, subscribe. And we'll see you next time when I might have a Drobo. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Amazon could have it here Monday. Monday, I say. Monday. It's only Saturday.